What are the stress signals of a good fight? When you were attacked verbally or physically, have you ever stopped to examine the pause between the jab and the physical blow? That brief space of time where you silently prepare to deflect or accept the impact? If you could capture the frame in slow motion, you would see that you were praising the pause. You might say, "Oh God, what am I going to do?" Or, "Oh God, what the heck?" Whatever the silent pause dialogue, you were facing the facts and reaching for wisdom from somewhere else. When two or more objects, whether they are physical or mental, parallel, there's a space between them that I call silence. If you are able to read music, you can create a sound that reflects the size and amp of the notation. The silent pauses between the notations are what really gives credence to the action of the note. It would be one noisy long drone without the quiet spaces. The silence between parallel objects is the real voice. Silence is a river of energy that sets the pace for rhythm and flow. It is the creative, communicative thought between objects. It's part of our divinity, and it's the ancient Hermetic law of rhythm. In speech, some people cannot tolerate a pregnant pause. The pause is filled with innuendo. So loud is the silence, our mind races with questions. What did they mean? Do they know something I don't? It's also a moment to speak telepathically. The creative nature of the silent pause manifests the ancient Hermetic law of polarity that teaches everything has opposites. A pregnant pause reminds us to stop and think. All thoughts have conflicting values. It's part of the creative nature of our divinities to sort through our word music. Thoughts emerge in the quiet spaces between our words. What we omit between the parallels creates a bonding of incredible music force. Noise, energy, and force consolidate, creating a code of silence that is deafening. This is an example of the Hermetic law of correspondence that teaches the intensity of relationships between all things. How does consolidated noise affect us? Many species of animals have adapted. The common cricket has adapted to noise by feeling vibrations. The Oxford Journal of Medicine reports noise to be a huge stressor in blood pressure, memory, hearing loss, heart disease, chronic fatigue, and depression. External sounds are incredibly troublesome, but the inner is the largest noise. Within the silence of our mind, in our self-talk, we interact with the universal source. That is to say, silence is really gold in there. The silence that calms the spirit also troubles it. Interpersonal noise is terribly destructive. Critical self-talk affects our relationships with ourselves and others. Both types of noise bother everyone. Thoughts live in the silent space between noise parallels. It's a necessity and an element to maintain our health, safety, spirit, and body politic. Without it, noise galvanizes into methods of overwhelming control. Learn to appreciate this not so empty space. I'm Reverend Joe.